episode.
It's your boy G. Welcome to another episode of the Mendable Hustler podcast.
Hi, my name is Atoro. The topic we selected today is setting realistic expectations and learning to be flexible with the challenges that come ahead. So for a lot of us, whenever we set goals, we don't often realize the challenges that will come along with these goals. So we tend to quit halfway. So we selected to talk about how to set realistic expectations and what to expect with the challenges that you will face, and learning to be flexible in order to reach those goals that you set.
Right. So, and this podcast pretty much is just us who wanted to share our experiences, and with this topic, it's pretty much what we know and experience that we go through, the goals that we already accomplished, and what do we have to go through to accomplish these goals. For, like he said, like how to set realistic goals and adapting to new challenges. It's very difficult, it's very hard, and for some of us that know how to set goals and tend to set these goals and we start but we don't finish the goals, it's because when you're setting goals, you feel motivated at first. You want to do it, you feel like you can do it, but we don't know how to set the goal, or we don't know how to start a goal. Because for me, I was speaking from experience. I remember when I was trying to set a goal, how to stay consistent, like on my workouts, like gym wise. It was hard because I wanted to just like pretty much set a goal that I wasn't familiar with. It wasn't part of my daily basis habits, you know. So when you're setting a goal that is not part of your daily habits, something that you do in the daily, it's very difficult because you're trying to add something into your lifestyle that you're not used to it, or that's not part of you. Because one thing that I know, the way we move is we just like it's like we're on autopilot. Sometimes we're doing things, but we don't know our body's just on a movement, because that's because we set up to do things, not realizing. It's like in the morning when you wake up, you brush your teeth, you shower. That's automatically, because that's something that you do on a regular basis. So it's part of the habit. So when you setting a goal, it's pretty much adding something new to your daily habits. So how can you set a realistic goal? Because when you're about to set a realistic goal, you have to kind of like start slow and add little by little. Let's just say you want to work out in the morning, right, when you wake up, but you don't feel the best when you wake up in the morning. So one thing that you could do is kind of like don't try to like do it every day. It's like, oh, every day I'm gonna work out, but you start slow. See, like let's say like a Monday, okay, you said Monday I'm gonna do 10 push-ups. So it's gonna be like every Monday I'm gonna do 10 push-ups. So you gotta stay consistent doing that Monday every 10 push-ups. So when you feel you're doing that consistently, okay, add another day. And you add another day. So as you mastering slowly, then you can start adding in days. When you feel like you're doing consistent, then you can set another goal. So it's literally setting small goals after small goals. Because somebody like me, I'm very consistent doing my workouts. I'm very consistent going to the gym, right? Now, when I set goals, I don't set goals to go to the gym. I set goals, okay, I want to change this my workout. I want to do this. I want to set a goal on, okay, now I'm going to eat healthy. I'm going to set goal, okay, what I'm going to do on my rest days. You know what I mean? Because now I already have a goal how to stay consistent on my workouts going to the gym. Now that I already mastered that, now I add another goal. Now I can set another goal. It's like it's setting small goals after small goals. But you don't set another goal when you're having mastered the goal that you have. It's like a lot of people have the problem when the New Year resolution, they want to set a new goal. Even you go into a new year knowing that you haven't accomplished that goal that you set in the previous years, there's no rush. There's no rush for you to tend to set another goal when you know you haven't accomplished this goal, because you pretty much, you're not qualified to set another goal if you haven't accomplished the previous goal. That's my take on realistic goals.
Right. For me, I don't think I can add anything that hasn't been said, because I've watched a ton of motivational channels, and the messages are usually all the same. So the one thing that I can share is basically my experience, because one thing before I go into my experiences in terms of how I set realistic expectations, how I face a number of challenges before accomplishing these goals. The one thing that always comes up is habits, right?
Yes.
Habits are a part of our everyday lives. They are automatic things, right? So in order for a lot of us to change our habits, we got to set little goals, little steps, right? Because you don't automatically become this valued person that has all these great qualities. You got to start out by doing the little things, and so on and so on, and then you become, and then you accomplish whatever goal that you set. So that is the one important thing that you have to realize. So for me, one experience that I can share is I've always been a night owl kind of person. So I've always stayed up late, and I thought I was most productive at night, and I did most of the things at night. I just could never found a way to sleep early, right? And each time I set the goal in order to give up the life of being a night owl and sleep a little bit early in order to be much more productive in the morning. So I started setting up little goals. So I would sleep late, but not as late as usual. And so I would set that time earlier and earlier, to the point where I got comfortable with sleeping early. And now I sleep really early and I feel comfortable and I feel as productive as I usually feel at night. So that is one example. Another example is going to the gym, right? I've always been a determined person and a very physical person. So whenever I got the chance to go out to the gym, I would go out to the gym. But every now and then, challenges came ahead, and I always found excuses not to go to the gym. Right? So I always had the goal of staying active as much as I can. So in order for me to accomplish that goal, I sort of had to change in terms of like, how do I exercise more, and how do I find myself not making excuses not to go to the gym? Well, the one adjustment that I made is basically just setting up a time at home where no excuses were gonna come, because I spend most of my time at home and where I can work out. And so once I did that, I found no more excuses, and I consistently worked out as often as I could, and there was no other problem. And so as soon as my goal was accomplished, it became consistent. My habits changed, and so those are examples I can give.
Yeah, that's great, and one of the things that I forgot to mention was you kind of have to get to know yourself, because sometimes we tend to set goals that has nothing to do with us. You know what I mean? Like, you're setting a goal, you really have to set a goal with intention. That's really me. That's what I need to do. I need 6 packs. I need to lose weight. I need to get another job to make more money. I need to improve my reading. I need to improve, I want to start reading a book. So you really have to get to know yourself first, and then that's when you can start setting goals. Oh, I want to improve in this, I want to improve in this. Because most of the time we don't really know ourselves, right? We just tend to see a video, we watch a video on social media, or we see a video on Facebook, we see somebody outside. Oh, I want to be like that guy. Then I'm gonna go to the gym. I want to be like that guy. No, are you really want to be like that guy?
Right. So
you know what I mean. So
I can come in.
Yeah.
So when it comes to setting realistic expectations, you have to understand that it's about you. It's not
Yes.
about other people. So it's very important that you don't compare yourself to others and you set your goals based on others. So basically focus on yourself, know what your limitations are, how you can overcome those limitations, and go upon accomplishing those goals. Because if you set your goals in comparison to someone else and you don't accomplish it, you're going to put yourself more down, and you're not going to be as motivated to accomplish that goal because you don't feel like you can accomplish. But if you set a goal that's comparable to you, then it's easier. And once you accomplish that goal, you become more confident and you set more goals. And then it's just
it's a step by step. Right? It's like climbing a ladder, right? It's like some people wanna just take the elevator. You don't just take the elevator. You gotta go from take the stairs and start little by little. It doesn't happen overnight. It's just like somebody that wants to be a millionaire. Oh, I'm gonna set a goal next year. I wanna be a millionaire. No, it don't. How can you it just set small goals? Okay, let's say you want to be a millionaire, but you start small. You set a goal. Okay, how can I earn more money? So when you start earning more money, okay, what can I do to set another stream of income? It's because it starts like that, little by little. It's not just, oh, I want to be a millionaire, I'm gonna set a goal, I want to be a millionaire by this year. It starts by little by little. It could be a desire, but it takes steps by steps to get there. And the other thing that I wanted to say is the why you setting this goal. Okay, you got to know yourself, you know who you are. Now, how can you get how can you become this person that you want to be, you got to know that it's you. So how can you set these goals? Okay, now I'm gonna start setting small goals to get to that, right? But why you want to set this goal, that's the most important thing, because when you find your why, this why is gonna help you push through the moments that you're feeling like, this is not for me. That why that you're gonna have when you're gonna set that goal is the main thing, the most important thing that's gonna help you push it through those hard moments. Because it's like, are you still gonna have the same feelings when you setting that goal? Because when you setting that goal, you're feeling motivated, you're feeling pumped, you feel like, man, I'm gonna do this. You're feeling like you can do this.
Right.
What's gonna happen when you're not feeling as motivated? Are you still gonna have that feeling? So that's why you have to have an intention that you're gonna do this no matter what happens. You know what I mean? So that's why you start small, that goals that you know you can do it. So when you start, that's why you're gonna start feeling, like you said, you're gonna start feeling confident, you're gonna feel good about yourself, because you start accomplishing small goals. Because when you start accomplishing small goals, guess what? The confidence is gonna keep increasing. With this confidence, it's gonna make you set even bigger goals.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I can add on to that.
Yeah.
Do understand that whenever you're setting goals and whenever you're working towards those goals, that it's personally, those goals are personally related to you, right? So what he was discussing was, once you set a goal, make sure you have some sort of reward system, right? And that reward system benefits you specifically, not other people. You don't want the validation of others in order for you to feel good that you accomplished those goals, because first off, it's coming from you, deep within you. So the only reason you're gonna feel confident, you're gonna feel valued, is because you're challenging yourself. Once you accomplish that goal, you're sort of crediting yourself for doing the work that you said you were going to do. So the moment you pull accomplishment for yourself, then you're gonna feel good about yourself, and you're not really gonna worry about what others think. Because think about, if you're relying upon others' validation and you accomplish those goals, and those validations are not enough, will you still set new goals to make yourself feel good? No, you gotta understand that it's the rewards are for you personally, and then you can worry about others later.
Yeah, that's a great point. And we tend to think of instead of thinking for doing it for ourselves, we're trying to do it to impress other people. If it's to impress other people, don't set that goal. Don't even think about doing that because it's not for you. Like I said in the beginning, that you have to get to know yourself. You know what I mean? You don't have to set the same goals your friends have set. You don't have to be like everybody else. Just know that you always will be different, no matter what. If you see somebody like you have different qualities. You are different than anybody, and you are enough. That's one thing that I when I realized that, when I found out who I am, who I really am, and it's just hard for me to look and compare to somebody. It's like when you go to the gym. This is one of the biggest example I tell people. Like when you go to the gym, you kind of feel like intimidated when you see a bigger guy or big guys lifting 60 pounds dumbbells and you lifting 20. You can like, you have to know that person that's lifting 60 pounds been doing that a lot longer than you, because it takes repetition. It takes years and years for you to get to that point, right? So if you're only lifting 20, don't compare yourself to that person. Just know that person is more ahead of you. That person has been doing that longer than you, because you're not competing with that person. You're competing against yourself.
Right.
Anything that you do, any goals that you do, is really you versus you.
Right. And one thing I wanted to add
Yeah.
to that is basically there are no shortcuts
Yes.
to accomplishing those goals. Because say for example, even if you cheat your way, find a shortcut to make it towards your goal, the person inside you is not changing.
Yes.
You still have the same mindset that you had when you set that goal.
Yes.
So it's important for you to follow through the entire way,
Yeah.
because there will be no purpose of you reaching that goal and still being the same person that you were from
You
the
might
start.
be thinking you're impressing other people, but you're not really progressing.
Right.
So you're not really building the confidence that you want to build
Again,
to help you set another goal.
what you're changing is your mindset once you accomplish that goal. If
Yeah.
you make shortcuts, you're not changing anything,
Right.
right?
Yeah. So that just pretty much what we wanted to talk about. This is a really a topic that a lot of people struggle with. I struggle with a lot, and I'm still struggling. I'm not perfect when it comes to setting a goal, but I know how to pick and set my goals. I'm not in a rush because it's time. It takes time, and now I'm not in a rush in setting a bigger goal. So it's like I'm focused on like just setting a small goal after a small goal. Like this past year, 2020, with this pandemic, it was tough. Like in the beginning, I had a goal to go vegan for the whole year, not knowing we're gonna go through this pandemic and stay home and just having too much time with myself, like, and not like, because when you're outside of home, we tend to be more distracted on other things. Now when you're home, it's hard to stay focused and knowing that you have a goal to accomplish. But I did it because the past goals that I accomplished in the past helped me with this adversity that I had to go through this past year, being vegan, not eating meat for the whole year. You know what I mean? So it's just like I'm more confident when it comes to set a goal. I don't set goals that are bigger than me, goals that I know is gonna take years and years. I set small after small. Yeah. So advice for somebody that still wants to set a goal, that still don't know themselves or don't know yourself. It takes time, find ways how to really get to know yourself. Ask questions, ask your friends, your close friends. Ask questions about yourself to somebody that's close to you that knows you really well. That's what I do. Sometimes, most of the times that I do, I ask myself questions, just watch myself around other people, the things I say, my reactions and stuff like that. Because when you really get to find yourself, when you really get to know yourself better, it will be so easy for you to set goals, realistic goals.
Yeah, I really don't have too much to add. You basically said everything. So to summarize, make sure those goals are personal, and anticipate challenges that will come ahead and make sure that you face through those challenges, because when you do, you're going to come out a different person, and that's only going to give you more confidence for the next goals that you set. So it's a building block.
Yeah. So thank you. Stay tuned for the next episode.
Yeah.